The terracotta temples of West Bengal and Bangladesh are a huge pride of the entire Indian subcontinent. There are many important temples, and some of them are indeed majestic. But there's one in particular that is very interesting, located in Anandapur, Western Medinipur. But first, we must go to somewhere else to find why this is so unique. Let's go to Britain. Here, the Industrial Revolution is now in full swing. Trevithick had already invented the 1804 steam locomotives to run on rails, and railway was slowly flourishing. In 1813, a locomotive was built along with its sister, who were called the Puffing Billy and Wylam Dilly. These engines worked in the Wylam colliery in England, and these engines are now the oldest engines to survive through time.
While Trevithick was tinkering with Penydarren, a 25-year-old William Hedley was watching intrigued. William, a mining director at the Walbottle Colliery, moved to the Wylam Colliery before Trevithick made his historic unveiling. William was keen to replace the old equestrian operation to coal-fired locomotives. Puffing Billy became the world's first commercial Adhesion steam locomotive and was put to work hauling wagons from the mines to the docks. It couldn't take a lot of weight, but it was enough for critics to take notice.
Now let us go back to Anandapur. Here, the Raghunath Mandir or the Raghunath Temple was built in 1893. It is a 5-pinnacled temple and it has several motifs on it. 2 of them at the corner are 2 trains. These are the first times that we get to see trains in Bengal terracotta temples. This small panel and the one very next to it, these 2 are focusing on a steam locomotive. And if we look carefully, these locomotives are the Puffing Billy and Wylam Dilly. How did those early 19th century locomotives arrive in a temple wall on the late 18th century is simply unknown, and indeed a very interesting discovery. My parents and I are templeologists. We go about places to find the brick temples of Bengal. Our leader is always David McCutcheon's book. But anyway, when we went to Medinipur, we went to Anandapur, a small village nearby. And my father said, "Chotu, look, there are some trains." I went and then I realized that these are the Puffing Billy and Wylam Dilly. How did these engines come up here? I have no idea. But the truth is that these early locomotives have appeared in brick temples of Bengal only once, and the one and only panels are indeed focusing the 2 steam locomotives. How is it? I don't know. Here we see 3 railwaymen in each panel. They are a driver, a fireman, and a miner. We must remember that these engines were built to work in a colliery, so miners are quite common. The engines never visited India, so the artisans didn't see these engines. But according to George Michel, this could be that the local patrons or local artists have learned the new steam engine from illustrations in Kolkata newspaper at the time. But the truth is we don't know why as to these temples focus on locomotives and why do these locomotives appear in the temple of Anandapur. But so long as we can be sure that these are the Puffing Billy and Puffing Dilly locomotives, then indeed this is a wonderful addition to the collection of brick temple motifs on the terracotta temples of Bengal.